Hi, my name is Dr. Julian Clifton. I'm Head of Department of the Department of Geography and Planning, and I'm here to talk to you today about the BSc Geography undergraduate major. I'd like to start by introducing ourselves, who we are in the department at UWA, briefly outline the range of our undergraduate majors that we offer, and then I'll talk about the BSc Geography, talk about the units and the content, and how this can get you ready for an exciting career following graduation. So the Department of Geography at UWA is a well-established department, one of the oldest in the country, going back to 1964. In the most recent assessment of National Research Excellence, we received the highest possible category of well above world standard and above world standard in human and physical geography respectively, which was one of the highest level in terms of rating, highest levels of departments in geography across the country. Our teaching and research cuts across key areas, all of which have high employment potential for students, and we pride ourselves on a very active student society. And as a department, we maintain close links both with schools across the statewide and employers in terms of making sure that our graduates have the requisite skills to enter into the workplace. We offer 3 undergraduate majors: the BSc Geography, the BA Human Geography and Planning, and the Bachelors of Environmental Design in Environmental Geography and Planning. And you can see videos outlining these majors on the website. The BSc Geography focuses on key issues affecting people and the planet. Geography is central to understanding how we use, conserve, and sustain natural resources. It is the degree of choice for anyone who's interested in environmental conservation and environmental management. We focus in our BSc Geography, for example, on probably the major issue affecting society in the 21st century, climate change. We also focus upon how to manage and conserve increasingly scarce natural resources, such as fresh water. We give you vital training in contemporary techniques of data collection and analysis, principally GIS, but also remote sensing. This slide outlines the structure of the degree. Each of the units that you can see here are either core or option, and I'll briefly outline the structure of these as we work through from level 1 through to level 3. So at level 1, the core unit in semester 1 is Climate Change, Environment and Society. And this looks at the impacts of climate change both on pre-industrial and modern societies and environments throughout the world. You also have a choice of at least one of urbanization and sustainability in semester 1 and disasters in level 2. Urbanization and sustainability is all about how we maintain sustainable, livable urban communities for the both in present and into the future. And disasters look at how and why environmental hazards turn into disasters at the global scale. Moving into level 2, we have 3 core units: the climate system, GIS, and reading landscapes. The climate system is an introduction to climate science. It builds upon the unit at level 1, allows you to gain an in-depth understanding of processes involved in the atmosphere which are associated with climate change. Geographic Information Systems is an introduction to GIS techniques, and again, an essential skill for anyone entering the workplace with an interest in environmental conservation issues. Reading landscapes, the other core unit at level 2, is a fieldwork unit. In this unit, we take you out and around in WA, looking at how people over time have used, shaped, and influenced the natural environment. You also have a choice of at least one optional unit at level 2. Archaeology of rock art, the International Fieldwork Unit, and Hydrology and Water Resources. So archaeology of rock art is an introduction to rock art. How do we conserve it? how do we manage it, and how do we preserve it into the future? The International Fieldwork Unit, as the name implies, is a residential overseas fieldwork unit open to all BSc geographers, where usually in the midwinter semester break, we take students overseas for anywhere between 7 and 10 days, looking at issues of development, conservation and environmental management in locations which have included the United States, Europe, including France, Germany and Spain, Indonesia, and more recently, Japan. The Hydrology and Water Resources Unit looks at how we manage increasingly scarce freshwater resources with a particular focus on WA. Moving into the third year, we have a Fieldwork Unit, Climate Change Adaptation and Mitigation, Advanced GIS, and Environmental Policy and Planning. The Fieldwork Unit builds upon the Level 2 skills through allowing you to design and implement your own project, looking at an issue related to conservation and management, either in an urban setting or a natural setting. Climate Change Adaptation and Mitigation builds upon early units by looking at policies which are designed both to reduce the emission of greenhouse gases and to mitigate the impacts, to adapt to the impacts. Advanced GIS and Remote Sensing builds upon JOG 2201, giving you skills in remote sensing techniques, and Environmental Policy and Planning is all about the design and implementation of environmental regulations, environmental planning techniques. Remember, at UWA, you can combine your choice of a first major with any other second major. So students in the BSc Geography commonly take their second major as Environmental Science, Marine Science, or Environmental Geography and Planning. Alternatively, instead of choosing a second major, you can make up the total number of units through taking units from any other major across the university. Through taking the BSc Geography, you'll develop a wide range of highly valued workplace skills. You'll be skilled and practiced and confident in leadership, team leadership, project design and project management through the fieldwork units which we offer. You'll be highly skilled in data collection, data preparation, data analysis and data reporting, both qualitative and quantitative data. And you'll be skilled through your practice in professional report writing and presentation, through your preparation of things like policy briefs, environmental reports, environmental consultancy reports, and so on. And you'll have a range of very exciting and rewarding career pathways, both domestically and overseas. Geographers are not subject in terms of career demand. They're not subject to cyclical downturns, such as you find in other disciplines. Geographers are always in high demand by employers because of the varied and important skill set that they have. And this can lead you, for example, into careers in environmental conservation, environmental management, planning and managing resource use, international development, and a whole host of others. There are really no limits to the careers that you can choose with a BSc in Geography. If you want to know more, please feel free to contact me directly via email. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions. Browse through the other resources on the online Open Day. Look for Geography or Geographical Sciences in the UWA Handbook. And I very much hope this has been of interest to you. And if you're interested in any of these exciting careers, BSc Geography is the major for you. Thanks very much.